Next question is from Lift for Carbs. When doing unilateral movements, should you switch the limb you start with? For example, the first set starts with the right side, the second set starts with the left side, and so on.
Only if both sides are perfectly equal. If both sides are perfectly equal, then you can totally do this. Now, that's not true.
Oh, I see what they're saying. So they're okay. Let me clarify this because it took me a minute to unpack what they were saying. So they're basically saying, like, let's say they are doing single arm dumbbell curls. The first set, they start the single dumbbell curls with right arm, and the second one they go left.
Yeah, because it makes a difference which side you start with.
My answer would actually be almost never, because rarely ever is there not some sort of a discrepancy.
Correct.
Even with really advanced lifters like all of us in here, I would still say that I still have a little bit more dominant side than one side or the other. And
always start with the weaker side.
less dominant side first, always.
Always the weaker side. The weaker side dictates what the other side should look like, and you should pretty much always keep that. And even when you are really balanced, you're always going to have a side that's a little bit stronger than the other side, and so you start with the opposite side
and
always.
By the way, so we have a program called Map Symmetry, which is about bringing balance between the right and left side. And we actually had a young lady who's on our forum, very fit.
Oh yeah, she did the bio thing. And
she did a DEXA scan where DEXA scan will tell you how much lean body mass you have on your right arm versus your left arm, right leg versus your left leg. And she had a before and after. And in the before, there was a discrepancy between right and left, which most people have this. Most people have one side stronger than the other. And she was somebody who was fit. So the discrepancy is larger, likely larger with people who are not fit. People who are fit tend to have more balance. Nonetheless, there was like a 0.3 or 0.4 pounds of lean body mass difference between the right and left side. She did Map Symmetry and followed our advice, which was start with the weaker side. And she balanced them out perfectly. And the crazy thing about this is that's muscle that would not have been built had she trained bilaterally. Because bilaterally mean both sides at the same time means that your body's used to its imbalance. So because she did unilateral training, because she started with the weaker side, because she let the weaker side dictate the reps and the weight for the stronger side maintained while the weaker side built, which would have never happened. And so she ultimately built more muscle as a result.
Yeah, you'd allow that strong compensation to persist, which then, would keep developing it at the rate it was developing, when in fact addressing it allowed her other side to catch up, which then gave that more symmetrical appearance.
That was such a great testimony because she actually tested beforehand, and then when it, and then so good.
I wish everybody did that. Went through that program.
But again, what you want to do is you want to start with your weaker side, let the weaker side dictate the reps and the weight. And then when you go to your stronger side, even if you feel like you could do more, don't copy the weaker side, because the goal is balance. The goal is not to maintain the imbalance. You want to maintain the imbalance, then fine, do more reps with your stronger side. But the idea is to maintain balance. So start with the weak side. If everything is perfect, which that's almost never the case, then then you can switch right to left, but that's almost never the case.